Hi everyone, welcome to December's video. This is the last video of the year, so let's get started with it. Just some quick rundown of all the things that I created this year and some final thoughts about 2025 and possibly what I'm going to do for 2026. So this year has been a bit of a challenge for me because I feel like I regressed a bit. I wasn't really feeling in the mood to draw. Which despite I created a guideline or roadmap or content calendar or whatever to document all of these things that I've been creating. But I'm not really good with restrictions or guidelines and stuff like that. So I ended up failing all of that and scrapped many things. And you can tell in my artwork that I created this year that I really didn't have that much of an effort when it came down to making art. I had moments of like doodling, and those type of things are usually just kept for like when I need to do something, but I'm not really feeling the joy for it. I did go back into drawing after a while. It took me a couple of months to pass a creative block, and you can tell in the drawings that I made whether I was making some effort to actually learn something and to study some illustrators' drawings that really interested me. I realized something about myself this year is that I'm really into golden age illustrators like Edmund Dulac, Kay Nielsen, Helen Stratton, Beatrix Potter. Oh, there's so many. There's just so many great artists, both male and female, of the golden age that I truly enjoy their work, and I think that's the direction that I'm probably going to head into my art style. I also did some of the line drawing for like perspective drawing, and I was okay at it, but I feel like there's so much more that I can do, and I just wasn't feeling it because I felt like restriction, not energy. And something that I discovered about myself this year was that I am an energy-based type of individual, so even if I try to like time block and stuff, it doesn't work for me. Anyways, I went ahead and did something spectacular this year for myself that I'm very proud of, is that I finally completed some of the gouache illustrations that I created for the books based on And Number in the Ashes series by Sabbath Tahir. I'm so happy I finished these because I actually started them late last year and I never got to finish them, and I finally put some effort and time into completing them. They don't look exactly how I imagined it, but they're close enough, and I'm just happy that I was able to complete about maybe 2 or 3 or 4 illustrations. And then I also decided to dabble in other art when I needed to make art according to my schedule, such as illustrations for fashion. I did also some pastel work of birds on black paper that I had found at Ross, I believe. I had found some black sketchbook paper. And then I ended up doing some coloring with my color pencils. Nothing like, organized, but I did do something just to get it out of my system. I had a creative project with my children, drawing some birds with pastels, hard pastels, and some pencil pastels. I also started doodling or do some cursive writing with a Japanese pen and Japanese calligraphy paper. Also, I painted a blessing on canvas so I can place it on our wall. Just needed some kind, motivating words for our family. And then finally, I did some marker art. This is probably the only or second marker art that I did. It's not much to do, but I did something, I guess. And because I didn't feel like a lot of motivation through my artwork, the thing that really saved me from stopping creativity was to go ahead and start doing journals. I don't know why I never thought about this, but I was really looking for a way to repurpose these books instead of trashing them, because I was cleaning out stuff in my house, and I ended up reusing them and repurposing them as different types of journals. I have a family journal, my swatch journal, my art journal, my sketchbook journal, my reading journal, and my commonplace book journal. And actually those 6 books? Yeah, those 6 books have actually saved me in my creativity. And because I was trying to be more structured at the beginning of the year, I know that I failed in that. but the moment I started using these journals, it allowed me to release all the kraken, creative kraken that I wanted to get rid of. Like all of my creative juices and energy are going into my journals, because now I have a place to release all of that chaos that I wanted to release. And then I can also have the other side of myself, which is to have the more organized, more disciplined Brenda artist. My art journal has definitely saved me a lot. I feel very, very happy that I was able to find something to do like this, because the art journal is not just about drawing, it's like random things, and I actually tend to, even if I draw a page, I just add on it. Like I can keep adding on this. Even if I do a drawing on this, and one day I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna paint over it and do whatever else and change it into something else. And that's what I like about this art journal, is that it helps me release everything and anything, and there's no restrictions, there's no guidelines. The whole point of it is just to do whatever the heck I want with it, and collage with it, glue it, cut it, put stickers, put washi tape, put different types of colors, collage things. The collage has been huge for me right now, and so I get a lot of inspiration from collaging, and that's why I am definitely excited about this book. This book has been like my savior, to be quite honest. It has really saved me from like quitting art, so definitely gonna keep using this for a pretty long time. The next book is my sketchbook journal. This one initially I wanted to start documenting more, not daily, but kind of like semi-weekly, simple things that happen in my household, what we do, like a simple life. I started doing that pretty good at the very beginning because I was on holiday, obviously. And then eventually it went from like several times per week to maybe like once a week. And then it went from once a week to once every month. And then after my creative block, I kind of slowed down a lot and didn't really do one as much, because after all, like I was kind of like in a creative block where making art didn't feel as enjoyable. So it kind of permeated into every single thing that I was creating, including this journal. And I'm definitely going to go back into it because I need to. The reading journal is a book that I created last year and I'm continuing this year. Obviously, there's some books that I finished already, but I never got around to finishing the entries. So that's something that I want to do this holiday season. That's why I'm trying to finish this video and upload it for you guys, so I can only focus on finishing everything that I had started this year or even last year, because I know it's not that hard. It's just a matter of being focused. One thing that I will say that took away a lot of my focus for every single thing that affected my life had been the endless scrolling. I had to literally get Instagram and off my tablet, off my phone, and off my computer too, because I just couldn't stop watching reels. Like, there's a lot of great inspiration, a lot of funny things, like it's just very entertaining. However, it's mindless, and then after a while I forget about it, so I had to find something else to do. And here is my commonplace book. This is pretty much the place where I've been putting on all of the things that I like, such as like stickers, motivating things that I find, quotations, I even started doing entries on here based on the type of shows that I like. And I started also making lists of things that I wanted to read or shows that I wanted to watch, restaurants that I want to go see. I also do some like entries, book entries for nonfiction books that I read about health, about like career guidance and stuff like that, because nobody really has to figure it out. Okay, y'all, I'm still in my 40s and nothing is ever set in stone. We're a constant dying. Like humans are always in flux. We're always changing and moving. So this book actually has been very entertaining for me because I'm able to just dump all of my interests in there that have nothing to do with art. And it helps me a lot. Especially it helps me with remembering things. So this is my collection of the journals that have really kind of saved my creative life this year. And I'm so happy I found them and found a purpose for these books that are very beautiful and I wanted to keep, and I hope to keep them for a pretty long time. Oh, before I forget, I also have another book. This is mostly a sketchbook. This sketchbook is mostly for recipes. It's going to be a recipe book for all of our things that we are going to be, like all of our family recipes. All right, continuing with the crafts. Let's see, what crafts did we make this year? This year I started making some crafts so I can make some my handmade gifts. I made some iron-on transfers on canvas tote bags, and I actually did not like the way that they came out. They looked a little bit too faded, but I had no choice but to give them away because I had nothing else to give. And I went ahead and also played with some pastel fabric paint, or not pastel fabric, some fabric pastels, which I like, but they were kind of light, so I feel like you do definitely need to put more layers to this one. And then I also went ahead and tried some like block printing, where the situation was mostly foam printing, and this one I think came out better. I definitely need a lot of work. I made one of the tote bags my hobby craft bag, so you can tell how much stuff I can carry on it. That's how big the bag is. It's really meant for like groceries and storage and stuff like that. So I used that for storing all of the things that I was going to be working on for this holiday season, like these tote bags. Yeah, it's a lot of work that I had to do for these. I hand painted and with the fabric paint from the brand Bluebird, which I believe Bluebird is also the one that makes like wall paint, I believe. And yeah, this actually took me several days to finish these bags because you have to account for the amount of drying time. One thing I realized with these gifts is that I really have to start more than a month in advance, maybe like 2 months in advance, to get these bags to be ready. And then I did another iron-on transfer, which I also did not like. I don't know if it was the iron-on paper or whatnot, but I wasn't a big fan of it. And then I also tried to get back into scanning my film rolls, which I haven't succeeded yet, so I'm still working on that. I made some ornaments with my children. They asked me to go ahead and put like string on it, and this is all I could find. I also made some worry stones for friends, and most of my work looked elementary, and I'm like, you know what? Better done than perfect, and I hope they appreciate the amount of effort that I put in. But I told them if they don't want it, they can get rid of it. Final thoughts for 2025. So this year I really tried to anticipate to be more productive, more organized, more disciplined, and I definitely failed in that. And I think it's because I was trying to make myself more constrained in my creativity, and my creativity does not like to be constrained. So I had to find another route to make my discipline work along with my creativity freedom. And I did manage to do that. I managed to create some art prompts, and that kind of helped a bit. I wasn't really sticking to them. Definitely some things are habit based, and I have to be a creature of habit to make these things happen. And I've been allowing my creativity to be just boundless and with no rules, but definitely have to go back to the drawing board as far as like what's gonna work for me. Definitely the focal points as list actually has helped me a lot. I made a whole entire journal for that, or notebook for writing down all of my focal points. I have to minimize it to at least like 3 instead of 5 of them, because the more I focus, the more I get things done, and then I can move on from one focus point to the other, which is something that I did like about the book, The Renaissance Soul. And I have a lot of supplies, so this is something that I'm like, this is really how my mind is, all chaotic, but I have it organized chaos somehow, some way. Anyways, that was my review of my entire 2025 year for my creativity. And thank you for watching, and Happy New Year, and I will see you all in 2026. Bye, y'all.